Hi guys, on today's episode of Genomics with Georgia, I'm going to be sharing with you four free events in London that are genomics, biodata, networking and science learning opportunities that you definitely shouldn't miss out on. If you find my content really helpful, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, give the video a like and stay tuned, and we're going to share 4 really cool events that you should definitely go to next year. So the first event that should always be on your radar is the Festival of Genomics and Biodata. So this is in January in London. It's normally at previously it's been at the Business Design Centre. I think it's moving to the Excel Centre in London this year. But essentially it is a free event if you're in academia. They charge you if you're in industry, which is like fine. But if you're in academia, then it's a free event. It's hosted at one of these big kind of event places in London, and it's a 2-day event where you basically have multiple rooms and each room has tons of talks all day. There's like multiple different sections and it covers genomics, transcriptomics, epigenetics, proteomics, single cell analysis, pathogen surveillance, clinical genetics, biodata of any kind. It's basically a massive event where really like big people come to this and they give talks about their science. There's lots of panel discussions and it's essentially just a really nice way of connecting with people in your wider community. There's also loads of booths and stands where people who come from companies will showcase their products that are kind of new to the market. There's poster sessions that you can take a poster to or go and read posters, and there's such a nice array of really early career like undergraduates and then right up the way to full-blown professors at this event. It just seems like a really relaxed environment to go and listen to the latest in genomics. So I'd really recommend to have this on your calendar and make sure that you try and attend every year. I personally love going because I always like connect with people that I've met throughout my career, and then I meet new connections, and I think it's just really important to understand where you sit in the wider sphere of the field, because we get so concerned about our tiny little piece of the puzzle that we work on, but it's really great to understand everything else going on in the wider and wider and wider field. So Festival of Genomics and Biodata usually happens in January, so keep that one in mind. The next one that needs to be on your radar is London Tech Week. So London Tech Week, again, is hosted at one of these big event spaces in London. Last year it was in Westminster. And again, it's a free ticketed event where you can sign up and there are multiple different talks going on. This one normally lasts like 4 days. I think it's like Monday to Friday or something. But essentially it's all of the latest in the tech space that's happening from many different fields, you know, from finance to healthcare. So not all of this is relevant for us, but there are days when there are bioscience tracks on, and it's constantly trying to bring together the collaboration between academia and industry. And as someone who sits, you know, somewhere in this space, I think it's really key to understand, if you produce something in academia, understanding how that is being taken from fundamental research to an application to be delivered to patients or to healthcare programs. So London Tech Week, again, it's free, lots of events happening, so many different talks, but again, make sure that you look at the program and see which day has the bioscience track and then go to that. Yeah. And then next up we have the Genomics England Research Summit. So this is a usually 1-day event hosted kind of like autumnal time, where people who interact with Genomics England data come together to share what they've been doing in the space, and then people from Genomics England sharing updates about what they're doing. But essentially what it is another free day where you get to come in, listen to talks from people in the field, understand what the latest advances are, the plans for the rest of the year, and again, seeing that translation from research to impact. So really good one to not miss as well. Yeah, check it out. So finally, my next one is not an event per se, but it's a recurring event thing that happens for free in London. So have you heard of the app MeetUp? So MeetUp is an app where people come together that have similar interests and they meet up to discuss the things that they care about. So there's something called the Bioinformatics Meetup group, and once a month, usually on a Thursday, they run nice little sessions where a couple of speakers come in, they talk about a certain topic, and then there's a networking session afterwards. And these run every month, so there's often a nice cycle of different talks to go to. So if you see something that really piques your interest, it's really great to go along. Again, you're meeting bioinformaticians from different places, you know, in London or wherever. The same thing also happens in Cambridge. There's a Cambridge one, which I used to go to. But yeah, essentially genomics or bioinformatics meetups, check it out on their app. And it's just a really cool way of going to talks and engaging with the community. So to tie off this video, I think I have to make a really important point about how to actually do these events properly. And you're not going to get one of the best things out of them if you don't do this. So these events are, yes, they're science and we listen to amazing science and we think about it and we understand and we question, but we're also going there to network. The Festival of Genomics and Biodata and the London Tech Week usually have a party event on the first night. So they'll hire out a venue, and if you sign up to go to the networking event, then it's like a specific event where you get free food, free drink, and you can go and mingle with different people who've been to the event that day. And it's a much more informal space to have a conversation with someone, ask what they're doing, chat about the talks that you enjoyed that day, and just have a conversation with people in the field. So I really recommend to try and make sure that you go to those kind of after party events if that's a space that you feel comfortable in. And I found that I've had some really interesting conversations at these kind of after parties with people that I didn't meet at the actual event. So definitely make sure that you go to those. Same with the Genomics England one. There was a kind of networking wine evening afterwards, and it was there that I had some really nice conversations with everyone afterwards. So I think network during the event, but also try and go to these evening things if you can, because that's where you start to build relationships with people in a kind of more informal way. And I think that's really important for just feeling comfortable in your field and feeling like you belong, because you can know people and just have chats with them like you would anybody else. So that's it for my 4-3 networking events that you can do in London. Make sure that you definitely have them on your radar and try to go to them, because they really are an invaluable way of feeling like you're in this field and just learning about the current updates and networking and meeting new friends and colleagues. This has been Genomics with Georgia. Sorry if you're not from England or near London and this was totally irrelevant, but anyway, I hope you've learned something and I'm looking forward to catching you on the next video. Bye.